So about maybe 21 hours ago, I finished probably one of the greatest TV shows I have ever watched in my like entire life. I just got done watching Breaking Peak. Sorry, Breaking Bad. I know so many people have talked about this show over and over again over the years, and that's cool. Like I fuck with that, but like I just finished it. I know I'm a little late to this choo choo train, but guess what, baby? I'm at the station. So I first started watching it about maybe, I would say like maybe a month ago, and I really the first episode when I saw Walt just like crash the RV in his underwear, I was like, okay, this could be interesting. And this is not like a formal review. I just want to like talk about the things that I love about it because I feel like Breaking Bad has so many great things that I personally love and like are gonna inspire me to look at other shows and media like way differently. So one of the first things I want to talk about is the plot. Oh my god, bro! The plot, it is so simple, but it is so smart. So I'm pretty sure you guys know the plot, and if you guys don't know the plot, it's essentially chemistry teacher Walter White gets cancer, he needs money, he becomes a drug lord, and he's fucking like the greatest methamphetamine distributor of all time. So, and he teams up with ex student, right? Jesse Pinkman, which is my favorite character. So that's it. Like that's the plot. But they add other aspects in because he has a brother-in-law. His brother-in-law Hank, which is in my top three favorite characters, has a he is a DEA agent. So throughout the whole show, they're kind of playing like this cat and mouse game. Like Hank. It's so crazy how Hank is right, but he doesn't know it because he just never suspects Walter. So it makes very like good suspense. And another thing I like about this show is the ways and reasons that Jesse and Walter kind of get out of situations. So a lot of situations that they really do get into, they get out of one of luck, straight up luck. Because there are sometimes you're like, bro, like there's no way realistically they can get out of that. It's just luck, and then just Walter being so smart, and that's why I really enjoy. And another aspect of this show that I did not think that I would find was you kind of see a story of a hero kind of becoming the villain of his own story. Like Walter White he's the protagonist, but he's not a good guy, you know? Like I really do enjoy that aspect of it because it just adds a twist. Like, oh, that's different because you see this progression through season 1 to season 5. Walter just gets more and more and more and more and more fucking like drug lordy. Like you see it, and the one that suffers the most, well, almost suffers the most. Well, yeah, actually suffers the most is Jesse Pinkman, because the shit that happens to fucking Jesse Pinkman, bro. Holy shit, I will never understand. Like, oh my god, like there's a reason why he's my favorite character. He just Jesse has gone through so much in just this show, and just like the first two seasons alone, and like it just gets more and more, and I just like love that. Like Jesse is like the most human out of everyone, because he's kind of like me, or he's kind of like the person watching, like that, like the morality, like I would assume we all have that, and it's just very, very, very interesting storytelling, in a way where they made the movie, the spinoff, El Camino, which I watched, which I loved, and it made a great, conclusion to Jesse's character. I think that movie was like, I give it like a 9, but like the actual conclusion, this character is a fucking 10 out of 10. Like I am so glad they ended it the way they ended it, like for Jesse's character, because at the end of the show it kind of leaves it open ended towards Jesse's character. And I don't want to say spoilers. I mean, even though fucking people probably already know, but out of my own volition, um, just every character is just so well written, and the villains. Oh my god, the villains of this show are so fucking good. So the first season, I would say the villains are, the bad guys. They're not even like, sometimes they're not even fucking bad guys. So it's essentially the first season, he becomes meth. He's got the cops on him. There's, the two drug dealers that Jesse fucks with. They try to go kill Walter because, they want the meth because they work for Tuco. And then they start selling to Tuco, and Tuco's like a big like drug lord. And he becomes the second villain of season 2. So they're always each season they're always battling this like sort of like drug dealer, and then one of the greatest fictional villains, bad guys of all time is Gustavo Fring. Oh my goodness, Gustavo is like dead ass. I think he's like maybe like top five antagonist of all time for me, and like I don't say that shit lightly because this show has so many characters that you can add to your top five. Somebody tells me top five, I just be like, okay, Jesse Pinkman, okay, Walter, okay, Hank, okay, bro, even Walter Jr., bro. Walter Jr. is a fucking goat, and he doesn't do all that much. He's just kind of like the bystander. Even Skylar too. I find like I used to be like, man, fuck Skylar, but like, and then I really understood, like, I really empathize with her, and that's like what I really do love about it. And also, like, back again, like to backtrack to Gustavo, the stuff that Gustavo does, like for his plans to work, are genius. Like, there's this, fuck it, I'm gonna spoil it, but there's this one scenario where the cartel, the cartel want to go after Gustavo, like they're trying to kill him. They're trying to kill Walter Heisenberg, but Gus puts a hit on Hank, and he warns Hank, you know, in front of a Myers or some fucking random grocery store. I'm not really getting into specifics because I don't even know. It looked like a generic store, which kind of pisses me off because I really wanted to know. But like they get to this shootout, and then fucking Hank goes to the hospital, and then like it makes it seem that the cartel was after Hank, and then all the cartel, the leaders of that specific cartel get wiped out, and it all works in Gus's favor. So, which Gus, mwah, I fucking, like I said, I love Gus. Another good character is Mike. Mike is one of my favorite characters. It's kind of sad what happens to him, towards the end of the fifth season. But once you get around the fifth season and like Gustavo, is not around anymore, it really, Walter, like, he goes from like right here to like all the way up here, because like that's when you really see the change. Because you're questioning, like I was questioning throughout the show. I'm like, he's not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. No, like at season 5 is really where you see that switch and that transformation, and it is just like, bro, what the fuck? Like it's incredible. And Jesse too. Jesse, the shit that happens to Jesse, bro. You know what? Fuck it. Spoilers. Fuck it. Spoilers. I'm fucking spoiling it. If you haven't watched the show, please watch this shit. So what happens to Jesse? He has a girlfriend. Her name is Jane, and he's actually like, this is like one of the moments in the show where Jesse seems happy. Like he genuinely happy. Like he's out cooking with Walter. He's got Jane. Jesse's being Jesse. They do heroin, and Walter breaks in the house, and she overdose. Like she's starting to like overdose and choke on her own spit, and Walter doesn't save her. And then after that, Jesse, his shit just goes down the drain. He tries to keep it the best, but it's just not gonna happen. And I just really love Jesse's character. Jesse is one aspect of the show that made me just want to keep watching, because the Jesse's character development is just like A1, A fucking 1. And if you disagree, you're lying. You're fucking lying. You are fucking lying. No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. But like, he is a really good fucking character, and I just see like just a kid that, like, you can see Jesse was like the stereotypical, like, he wants to become a drug lord, get money, fuck bitches type shit. But like the more and more the show gets on, like it's just him wanting to get out and gets out and get out and get out. Like they want to sell like that meth, what's it called? The fucking the thing that they use to make the methylamine. They try to sell it for 5 million, and they agree. And Walter's like, no, he doesn't want to sell it because Walter's ego is just going higher and higher and higher. But Jesse's like, no, like let's sell this shit and get out. And then Walter tells him, he's like, you're not gonna receive a dime. And bro, Jesse does not give a fuck. Like Jesse just dips and he's gone. And then Walter ends up giving him the money. But like and then Jesse just goes fucking crazy and starts throwing the money out the window. But like, dude, it's just, oh my god. And then fucking Hank, the way Hank, oh my god, like the emotions and tenseness I felt throughout the show, so many good moments, are so good, man. Hank, when Hank starts realizing and he starts finding out, about Walter, and like, that's when season 5, it was going like it was going steady, and then once Hank finds out, it just fucking like goes crazy. Like Hank he gets killed. Hank gets fucking killed, and like that like brought a tear to my eye because Hank is like one of my favorite characters in the show. He's the top three. He's Hank. You know, he's the stereotypical, suburban, funny cop guy, but like he's really good at his job. And like when he died, I was just like, damn. Like this show made me feel devastated at times, dude. But yeah, I give this fucking show dead ass. I think I give it a high 9. No, I give it a 10. I give it a 10 because of the ending. Because of the ending. Yeah, I think it was fucking like really up there. So, that's about it. Go watch Breaking Bad. It's fucking amazing. Um, it is. I mean, this is like I said. This is not a review. This is just me talking about it after I just recently finished it. So yeah, I hope you guys fucking watch the show. Next thing I'm watching is Better Call Saul. So, I hope it's pretty good. Yeah. Well, that's all I had to say. See ya.